Alright, so this is a quick little video to show us where we are now. If you're already really familiar with that, go ahead and skip. We're not going to actually be teaching anything in this. Just kind of recap everything we've done so far. Now, first of all, obviously we added products, and products are very simple, and then we went through and made it so you could add it to the cart really simply, and then also you could change or update different things about it. So like the number of items that we have, so we can add that to the cart. And granted, they come in as different things, so like quantity and also product number. We can just, I'm going to go ahead and remove these now, but we can do that. Checkout is not quite finished yet, but we do have a login required on checkout. So if I log in and then I go back into my cart and then checkout, we're starting the process of adding our address and finishing off our checkout. And then you will notice that one little nag that was keeping coming up when I wasn't logged in. That nag is to grab their email address. So that is based off of dates and also the fact that they are not logged in. So that's another part of it. So if they enter their email address here, it goes into the session and it doesn't show it again. So we can go ahead and close that out. Another part of it is adding this slider in. These are featured. This is, again, based off of dates, which I'll show you in the admin once we get there, which is cool. We also have a basic search function here, so product. It is very basic, but it does do the trick, and there are some things that we still need to update for this. Now, if I add in my email here, this nag will start going away, and I hit submit. And there we go. So now we're not going to see it. Or if I logged in, it would also continue to go away. Timing on that is completely optional, 100% up to you. And then we click on the products. Again, the search works very well. So add to cart. We also created a register part. So registration is all there. I do have login, but I also have register. So username, email, sends a email confirmation with a custom key, all that. Well, cool. So that's where we are as far as the front end goes. It's quite a bit that we've done so far. And, of course, all of this is responsive, as you see there. So the page itself will adjust. So if I log in, and actually if I go to the admin specifically and log in to my super user, of course, I can see the different things that we've added. So email confirms, so if the email was confirmed itself, so the true one here is user ABC, they actually confirmed their email, which we do. We add that automated thing to add their Stripe ID, so then once we want to charge them, we can. We're still working on the user addresses. Authentication, this is auth. This is the basic auth that is shipped with Django. And notice that ABC is that user that we created. And then if we look into our cart, we have cart and cart items. So this is kind of a function of how carts actually work. And then we also have orders, so the order processing that actually works. Notice we have many orders that have started, and that's what they'll say in their status. And then it also associates to a specific cart and creates an order ID and all that stuff. And then also the total and subtotal. And then also we have products and then their variations, so different variations for any specific product. So you could just pick a product here. And these variants, of course, are the ones from, go into our local server, any given product's variants, so these right here. And you could add different types of variants, so category is something that we decide what we want later, which you could even add categories to the variants themselves as well. All right, so, and then product images specific for any given product, which is also in there. And then the marketing stuff is, if we take a look at our sliders, notice that there's a date, a start date and end date. This is how it's actually going to be displayed. And then we also have an ordering. And if it's not within this date, it's not going to show up. If it's also not active or featured, it will also not show up. And then whatever the order is for it, that's how it's going to be displayed. And then we look at our marketing messages. So that's the top bar messages. That's this stuff right here. And then they can also dismiss this information, and it will dismiss for a preset time, which we set on our own. And that's pretty much where we're at now. There's not a whole lot more that we need to do, but it has been quite a bit of information that we've covered. We've covered topics like Ajax, we've covered signals, we've covered the Django Bootstrap sliders, introducing Bootstrap, we've covered adding products to a cart, we've orders, a lot of things that we just talked about. So that stuff is really where we are now. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, let's keep going.